I'm Christina Rodenbeck from the Oxford Astrologer, and this is my friend Sally Kirkman from sallykirkman.com. And we are going to talk to you about the sun sign Libra, or the sign of the zodiac Libra, because it's not just the sun sign, it's the sign Libra. Which is quite a Libran thing, to sort of think twice about everything and correct yourself and look at things from two directions. I mean, Libra is ruled by the scale. Well, the symbol of Libra is the scales. It's ruled by the planet Venus.
Yeah.
And it's an air sign. All of these, and it's really important to, when you're exploring astrology, this is not nothing to talk about whether it's an air sign or earth sign. This tells you so much information within that. Right. So we know, because Libra is an air sign, that's one of the signs. It's a thinking sign.
Yeah. Yeah. And the communication is key for Libra. And, I often find with Libra, they find themselves through the other. They find themselves through bouncing ideas off, through brainstorming, through relating. It is a star sign that needs other people in their lives to live, actually. I want to say to live.
Oh yeah. I mean, my mother was a Libra, bless her, and she was the queen of small talk.
Was she?
Yes. And it wasn't just because she just needed that constant interchange. She also then had great periods of silence, but that was something else. But Libra needs other people.
Yeah.
And wherever, if you have Libra in your chart, it needs other people, and there's no, we're kind of trained these days to say, oh, you have to figure everything out yourself. And, actually, no, you don't really, not if you're a Libra. It's much better to have a chat with someone about it.
It is, I agree.
And we're on the seventh sign now, seventh sign of the zodiac. If you're going through the year, we've just left Virgo, we've left the sign of the harvest, and we've arrived at the sign of measuring and weighing. And that's what those scales are about. It's one of the commercial signs. It's a very political sign. Again, this is to do with people. All the air signs, if you think about the air signs, Gemini is signified by twins, Libra is by the scales, and Aquarius by a human being as well, someone carrying water.
Yeah. And zodiac means circle of animals, doesn't it? And the air signs aren't.
No, they're not. So yeah, they are the people signs.
Yeah. It tells you a lot straight away. And that's a key thing with Libra. I mean, then Libra's they want to work in fields where they're around other people. I have to say, they're fantastic in the beauty industry.
Oh God, yes.
Architects, photographers. I mean, they're real they're style icons. I often think Libra, style icon of the zodiac. They have a real eye for art, beauty, and often they see that through people, or they want to make people look better.
Yeah, I would say yes. Anything. I mean, you find Librans working in galleries and in fashion and all those things. It's because they're good at it. And not only are they good at beauty and seeing what is beautiful, what is harmonious, because that's what Libra is doing in the world. They are ruled by Venus, the planet of harmony, right? In her guise of trying to make things have become unharmonious. We've got this far through the zodiac. We're on the seventh sign, so it's an attempt to reharmonize what has become inharmonious. I often think with Libra, and so you do often find them in relationships with very difficult people.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I've noticed. Or I mean, they are a sign that is the relationship sign, right? So they are interested in that, in lovers and the beloved, and how love works. And you find out about how love works sometimes by having difficult relationships.
And I often think with Libra, they're either in love, out of love, or somewhere in between. But they're still talking about love. Or talking about other people's love lives. It tends to be really important for Libras. I don't think all of them, but I mean, it does. Again, I think that is really key. And another thing I think is quite interesting about star sign Libra is they can be the sweetest. There's this innocence about Libra. They're really kind. They love giving things to people. A friend of mine who's a Libra, she always has little gifts to hand out to people, and they're incredibly kind and sweet. but they can also be really steely and quite frightening, when they want to be, when they're, they are one of the cardinal signs, and political, as you mentioned. So they can also, they can throw off that kindness and sweetness, and woof, we're going in for the kill almost.
Well, Thatcher was a Libra, of course. This is Thatcher, British Prime Minister. We swore we would not be mentioning celebrities in this
She's
series.
Ruined it.
And I've ruined it. Oh, I got this far and it's just popped out.
But that's okay. That's our one only.
Iron Lady. Boom. Sorry, had to mention. But Librans, there is that charm. They often are very, very charming. And that is just delightful. They have, they make great diplomats. So, if you want the ambassador's reception, right?
Yeah.
Full of Librans.
Yeah.
Doing their Libran thing, looking incredibly soigné with fantastic, dressed beautifully, having very polite conversation.
Yeah.
Again, incredible at small talk. They
great
can do
at
all that
social
stuff.
chit chat.
Yeah.
Making everyone feel welcome.
Yeah.
Pleasing people. I mean, they can be terrible people pleasers and have to sometimes learn to love and please themselves too, Libra. That's very true. And also, the other kind of key thing for me is this learning to say no, I want to say about Libra, because sometimes they want to, make everyone else happy and make sure everyone's getting on well. And sometimes they have to learn to say no and not say yes to every invitation that comes their way.
Learning to say no and learning that it's to connect the heart with the theory, because this is Venus we're talking about, not the moon. So it can be all very theoretical about love, it's and all thinking about it and not getting to the feelings. And for Librans, that's really can be quite difficult to dig down and find out what the feelings really are. How do you really feel about that? And sometimes this is the shadow side. Sometimes all that surface beauty, niceness, Ferrero Rochers, all of that is concealing either a cold heart or a hurt heart.
Yeah, no, I agree. And that kind of also, I think, because they're constantly looking to the other or listening to different opinions, sometimes you feel that they're missing themselves. They need to learn to come back to themselves and say, what do I want? What do I need? I think that's a real,
who am I?
Yeah, who am I? I think that's a real big learning as well.
Yeah, I think so too. But who am I? Not just in relation to where is my soul?
Yeah. Okay, great, thanks. Bye.